I spent about $3,000 to get plastic surgery in Korea. Yep, I decided to do one of the scariest things is go to another country that you've never been to before to get plastic surgery done. But I mean, to be fair, at least it's Korea. It's like the #1 plastic surgery place in the world. And for my surgeries, it's actually really common to get it done there. Just as a reference, I'm actually Southeast Asian. I'm from Cambodia to be specific. And I was actually afraid to do it here in the States because I feel like there's not a lot of doctors that know how to work with Asian eyes, especially the hooded Asian eyes that I have, because I have a lot of puffiness up here, and also my eyelids are super puffy as well, along with my under eyes being uneven. So I really wanted to find a doctor that did this all the time and not just sometimes. Okay, you do not want to do this on a whim. You need to plan this out like months ahead of time. I made sure to book my appointment about a month ahead of time. The sooner, the better. But for me, I was really anxious and really scared. I did not know what to do. I've never done this before, and I couldn't decide what clinic I wanted to go with. So it cost about $1,100 or so to fly to Korea. I'm actually from the Pacific Northwest, so I feel like it's a little bit cheaper to fly from there. I'm already on the Pacific side, but I used my airline points, so the flight was actually free, so that was nice. I got to save the airfare and use that for my surgery instead. Also, I had to look around for hotels, so you have to make sure that you find a hotel that is close to your surgery site, because you do not want to be traveling far or on a train on the day of the surgery or after. Because if anything goes wrong, you go straight back to the clinic really fast. And you also want to stay in the same area for at least a few days, just in case if anything goes wrong, because if it does, it might be like the second or third day. You just never know. So it's just better just to be safe than sorry. And just a little note, it's actually been 6 months since I got my surgery done. I got my surgery done in the summertime. I got the incisional double eyelid surgery and the under eye fat repositioning done. So they said it takes about 6 months to finally heal. I actually still have some scarring, which is totally normal. I have some scarring here where they did the under eye fat repositioning, which is also normal. All the scarring that I have is just minimal, which is expected with this type of surgery. If you're interested in learning more about these surgeries, where to go, who to talk to, and the preparation for it, stick around. Okay, first thing I did was learn more about the surgeries, the risks, the complications that come with it, etc. Coming out botched, infections, and unevenness can happen with incisional double eyelid surgery. Also with the under eye fat repositioning, swelling, redness, infections, or the fat pads are just not smoothing out the way that you want it to. Okay, the second thing that I did was finding the right clinic. A lot of times people say don't go to a factory clinic because they don't care about you. True, but also there's the fact that you want to find the right surgeon as well that has done many different eye shapes, okay? So you want to find someone who's done it a million times because practice does make perfect. Here are some of the clinics that I talked to. I talked to Luo, I talked to Marble, I've talked to JK, I've talked to View, I've talked to Girin, and the one clinic that had a doctor that was very experienced, and they also did it at a very good price point, was Girin Plastic Surgery in Seocho. When I was researching this on Google and Reddit, a lot of people actually go to this clinic. A lot of locals and a lot of people actually fly to this clinic. Okay, so here is the clinic. Everybody was so welcoming and sweet. It was so clean there. It made me feel comfortable to get started on my surgery. Not only do they do surgeries, but they do dermatology as well. I know that they say that you should only go to places that only have plastic surgery or only have dermatology. But since I wasn't doing anything way too major, these are very, very common surgeries in Korea. There's a lot of doctors that actually know how to work with eyes, and it's very common for people like myself to fly there to do eyes. I went there because they understand Asian eyes. So with Girin, I spent about $3,000 to get the both incisional double eyelid surgery, ptosis correction, and the under eye fat repositioning there. And just for reference, these are my before photos of what I used to look like before I had the surgery done. As you can see, my eyelids are very uneven. The left side is way more hooded than the right side. My eyelids are very, very puffy, and my under eye circles are very dark, and one side, which is the left side, protrudes more than the right. And with that being said, I went ahead to book the surgeries. I know it's kind of crazy. They do take a 10% deposit first just to book the surgeries, because I guess you can imagine a lot of people backing out of this, especially people that don't live in Korea already. So I did choke it up. I did pay 10% of $3,000, which I guess is not that much. They said that if I decided to back out, became way too overwhelmed, that I can use this for dermatology purposes. So I could get a facial instead. So me, that was definitely a really good deal because at least my deposit wasn't going to waste. Because I was going to Korea anyway because I already bought my ticket. So I figured, you know what, I've never explored Korea before, so I might as well kill two birds with one stone because flying there gets expensive. So here is the day of the surgery. I'm going up to the elevator right now to go to the clinic. I got really nervous about this. Not gonna lie, having a nervous breakdown here. The doctor and the translator actually explains everything to you. There's no hidden cost or anything like that. Okay, so that is me right before heading off to surgery.
All right, good luck.
I'm so nervous.
Smile.
Right
hey, you want this?
Before surgery, you also have to stop your vitamins at least a few weeks before. You also have to stop smoking and no drinking. And the longer that you stop that before surgery, the better. Obviously, do not smoke and definitely do not drink before your surgery. If they find out that you did that, they're gonna have to reschedule your surgery. Also, you have to make sure that your nails are not done, okay? Do not do your nails before you go to surgery because they will make you take it off. So all the money that you spent getting your nails done will go to waste. No acrylics, no nail polish, no nothing. Just your bare nails just like this. Since we covered the cost and the preparation, make sure that you catch my next video, okay? Because the next video will show the aftermath. All right, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.